Head on to the markets now. Let's see the way Bitcoin and the altcoins are looking. Well, the Bitcoin, the crypto market doesn't close. So obviously, this market is going to stay open even up to the 31st of December. Let's see the fear greed index, 28 points. It's still fear in this market right now, the crypto space. We're still seeing fear, we're still seeing traders cautious about, going into this market, even though 2022 is winding down right now. Let's look at the market cap this morning, still below the $800 billion level, down 0.26%. And we see the volume traded this morning is down just 6.65%. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 40.14%. We've seen Bitcoin staying quite stable this year, not dominating the altcoins. Let's look at the what's it called now? Yesterday performance of Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, that's Binance Token, XRP. For the year, we've seen Bitcoin there down 64% from the last high, about $40-some thousand dollars there. We see Ethereum. Ethereum was trading about $3,000 at the beginning of this year. It's down 68%. Bigger move down than Bitcoin year to date. And we see a Binance token there. We know Binance has had a couple of issues this year with the whole FTX contagion and trying to find out if the exchanges were still very liquid, especially Binance, even though it's one of the biggest exchanges in the world. It's down 53%. That's a token. It was trading last about $400, but now it's down to $244. And wondering if this $200 mark is going to hold going forward. See XRP there, straight at 33 cents. It's down 59% right now, year to date. That's talking about XRP. So seeing massive losses in these markets. Let's bring in Michael Nagy, our financial market analyst. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Eddie.
Great to have you, Michael, and compliments of the season. So we're still going to do, the buzzwords that drove the crypto market. And the first one I'm going to start with is bankruptcy. That was the major event for this year, from FTX, Luna, all of that. How are you seeing it, Michael?
Yeah, it was a pretty eye-opening year. There's a saying, once the tide goes out, you see who was swimming naked the whole time. And that's exactly what we saw this year. Once all of the crazy valuations, once all the hot money system dissipated, we finally were able to see A, who was insolvent, and B, who was a flat-out criminal. So it was really an eye-opener from the likes of SBF going under, something that no one ever really did see coming. A bunch of MIT grads running a billion-dollar enterprise that everyone thought was legit, to the members of 3 Arrows Capital, Kyle and Suzu, carting away with $3.5 billion of investor money, and Celsius going under. The numerous amounts of bankruptcies that happened this year that no one really, I guess you could have seen coming, you understand the amount of leverage that's in the space, but no one, and as well with Genesis as well, potentially having to go through some kind of bankruptcy procedure, being the smartest ones in the room. It's been a very eye-opening year. I think a lot of the trust that crypto has earned since 2018 has evaporated, unfortunately. We're gonna have to build back better. It's not something that investors are gonna forget. Because, for instance, in the FTX situation, you have the Ontario Teachers Pension Fund. They invested, or the Ontario Pension Fund, sorry, not the Ontario Pension Fund. They invested in FTX, and they lost I think it was a $35 million investment that they lost. So you're gonna see a lot of institutional interest in crypto dwindle because of the people who've been hurt so far. It's not going to be an easy thing to come back from. The only positive thing in regards to bankruptcies that I see is it's probably going to push more people, especially institutions, towards custodying Bitcoin rather than trying to make investments in things within the ecosystems like exchanges and all sorts of things. Most institutions now most likely will realize that the safest play in crypto that is a risky asset class is to buy and hold the predominant asset, which is Bitcoin, putting that on your balance sheet, custodying it yourself, and that would eliminate you from 90 to 99% of all the risk that we saw this year from bankruptcy. It's funny
Right.
because the Ontario Pension Fund, if they had just simply bought Bitcoin, this would have never happened. And the same goes for the litany of investors who were in FTX.
All right. Another big buzzword this year in the crypto space, the bear market. And obviously, we've seen the monthly. I looked at the monthly RSI and I saw that it was so oversold. It went even lower than the last time. I think last time was about 46 points or thereabout, but now it's gone even lower. Do you think that bottom all investors have been searching for, is it close?
I can't say for sure if a bottom is close or not, but what I can say is historically, like you just said with the RSI on a monthly time scale, we've never seen it that this low. This is the lowest it's ever been. So if you are someone who's going to be in this space for a long time, you got to ask yourself, A, do I think Bitcoin's going to die? And B, it's not going to die. Like, when do I think it's going to come back? And the difference between when I think it's going to come back, do I start buying now? I really do think that at the end of the day, Bitcoin's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. But in terms of finding a bottom, I think this is kind of it. Like I said before previously on the program, you can expect maybe a 50% drawdown, maybe 60, 70%. But I think your downside really here is limited. Like what are we looking at really? Like going down $8,000 Bitcoin versus when we were at 40 or 50,000, that represented a 20,000 downturn from those highs. I really do think the risk to reward ratio here is excellent. And in terms of shooting shooting some hope that we can rebound from this. I think these levels are excellent for
Right.
anyone who puts themselves here for the long term, meaning 2 to 5 year hold, not like a quarter or two.
Right. I guess it's oversold on most levels at this point, talking about Bitcoin. But thank you so much
It's literally oversold on every single thing, Laddie.
on
I've never seen it
every type.
oversold.
That's incredible.
So if you want to buy, it's just like you got to ask yourself, like, even if it goes lower, like how much lower could it really go? I really do think we're in for a melt up. Most people aren't in position for us to go up. A lot of people are like, it's going to go lower, but I think the market's going to come for their pound of flesh and
Exactly. With
take
the number
everyone
of
else.
times Bitcoin has actually died since its existence. All right,
Yeah,
Michael.
just
Yeah, thank you so much, Michael. It was great having your perspective today, looking at the buzzwords that shaped the crypto space. And I'll see you in 2023. Thank you, Michael.
thank you. Hopefully, we have some kind of bull
Exactly.
market.
All right, Michael. Thank you so much.